The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
Eric's Family Barbecue has arrived and is simply the best barbecue in Arizona. Come satisfy your taste buds with meats that are smoked over mesquite wood and sides that are made with fresh ingredients and tons of love. They have the best, juiciest brisket, pulled pork, rib sausage, turkey, or everyone's favorite, the Pitmaster Sampler that includes all the meat and 4 sides, mac and cheese, potato salad, coleslaw, corn, or beans, yum. And for dessert, try some creamy banana pudding, amazing. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meat, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip, you won't be sorry. Dine in or take it to go. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more info.
It's something. Check out Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast at 98kupd.com.
Good morning, buddy. Hello there. Welcome to Tuesday. Don't say it. My name's John. There's Brady, Brett Festley, Big Dick Toledo, off and running on a Tuesday. Feels like a Monday. Shut up. We know it feels like a Monday. The more you say it, the stupider you sound. That's right, stupider. Anyway, so it's a Tuesday morning, and everybody get used to it. You got a short week, a great 3-day weekend that blew by, a little warm, but we made it through. Everybody got drunk. We had drinks. Brett had them, for sure. I had the weekend of flaking on everybody. It was supposed to go with, was it
twice on me?
Was it twice on you?
Yeah, because we were supposed to go to Flip, and then we were going to Terror last night.
Once with Brady on Friday. Supposed to have dinner, flaked on all of it with the people that I was supposed to have dinner with. Beyond telling Brady, I was like, I can't go with you. I got another dinner. Didn't go to either. Saturday, what did I do Saturday? I flaked on something Saturday. Sunday was you.
Yep.
Because of the flip. And then last night, Brett, I bailed out on him pretty much an hour before. You were probably already there when I told you. I said, there's just no way. He went to Terror last night at the Rebel Lounge.
Great show.
At 10 at night. And I'm like, I can't do it. I was drinking all day. It was bad. It's the love of my life, my dog. She needs someone at the house at all times. And
I got a zombie for a wife.
Yeah, that's right. Brady went to Flip Orly. And,
I heard about that, yeah.
She went on stage, and he put her out, and she didn't do a thing. She just slept
went Deep
on
Space
stage.
Nine.
She went full lazy.
Yep.
You paid.
It was hilarious.
Paid to have that woman go sit on stage and sleep, for God's sake. It's like she thought she was at home. He put her down.
Put her down with everyone else, but she went a little bit deeper. And she just, the whole time, was just a rag doll.
Just out.
Sitting in the chair.
That's
completely
strange.
Out. Every once in a while, she looked up on a couple of the different things that he would do, and then would just close her eyes again. And
like she was Cosby's dream date. I wonder, because I've been hypnotized 4 times by Flip Orly.
Yeah.
And again, it's the removal of your inhibitions and the increase of power of suggestion. That's all hypnosis really is. I was on stage once, and somebody just disappeared, like they went away. And we all thought that person was faking because we're all hypnotized. You're aware of everything. It's not like you're in some strange state of flow. You just feel a little bit slow. And it's all because you're willing to participate. But man,
and that's what you always describe it. And I was trying to tell her that and tell everyone. We went with the Morecombe's, Troy and Christy Morecombe.
Oh, they're married.
And
the zoo lady and the
yeah, and the whole time she's like, "Is this real?"
It's hard to believe it isn't.
And it's hard not to be skeptical because you're looking up there and seeing the first time like, but he weeds out people. It's really, if you haven't seen it,
it's amazing to watch because it's just such a strange thing. But yeah, I've been up there a few times and people are like, "Were you faking it the whole time?" I'm like, "No," but I was fully aware of everything that was going on. But while you're doing what he suggests, you're like, "What is going on? Why am I doing this?" And then by the time you realize you're doing it, your brain's like, you realize you said you weren't going to do the next thing, because in your head you're like, because I want my power and control back, I'm just not going to do the next thing. And he'll do it, and then you'll be about halfway through it and go, "Hey, dummy, you're doing it." And your subconscious and conscious are sort of in this argument of what time it is.
Yeah.
And it's a strange feeling, especially for performance sake. He put me under for sleep.
And that's what
it's amazing.
Ronnee was saying, even though she was completely out while things are going on, you could ask her, and she's like, I remember hearing that.
Yeah.
I remember.
And she's there. But, I mean, if she went to sleep, there's nothing about remembering. She's in a different state of mind.
Yeah,
There's
she
something
was.
going on,
and even when she came out of it, she kind of was still kind of falling back in for the rest of the night. And I thought, I'm going to do this 3, 2, 1 thing. And
Yeah.
commands, but nothing happened there.
BJ's from here on
And
out.
then he flipped numerous times, and this was the first time a guy stood up 3/4 through the show and said his wife or girlfriend's up on stage and says, "All right, that's it. Get her off."
Yeah. Oh.
And he's like, "Whoa, what's
In the
going
middle
on?"
of the show.
Oh, man.
And so he had to put everyone else back under and individually wake her up and say, "I guess your man wants you. Enough of this.
Yeah. You got to get the F
Let's
out.
get out of here."
Yeah.
And we figure,
What was he making her do? Did he make her do
Fast
something?
to
She was
murder.
very,
Yeah,
she was
yeah.
very funny.
Yeah.
On a couple of the other things and very creative. I mean, you could tell she was completely under.
Yeah.
And I think one or two things. Either he was afraid that she was going to say something that would embarrass him.
Right.
Or enough of you laughing at my baby.
That dude has a little dick. Yeah. And he's scared to death that she's going to say something.
It was
Or-
a great element of the show because when
Oh,
the two of them had to just walk out.
And he
in
left the
crowd-
show?
Oh, yeah, they left right
They
there.
just up and left the show.
Yeah, and it wasn't like...
I bet you
We're
either
pretty
that or
sure
they're
it
religious.
wasn't an emergency or something like that, but he's like, ugh. And Flip was like, in what? Or he
Wow.
thought maybe he was under too
Right. And that
at
guy just
first.
kind of lost it.
And he's like, nope, gotta go, bro.
Gotta go, bro. She's about to reveal her squatch.
I know.
I've seen this dance before. It's how we met in college. This chick can't get drunk and not get naked, too.
We never found out it's still a mystery.
Wow. Well, I go religion, which doesn't make sense to go to a black magic hypnotist anyway.
That could, yeah.
Yeah, but why pay the price?
And why go that far?
Right. Okay, I'll let you get hypnotized. The second your squat starts getting out. Because that's what I think most people think is going to happen. There was a girl next to me one year that I was Mickey Mouse. I remember this. Flip kind of borrowed the idea that this idiot can do voices. So he put me in situations where I was like CEO of this thing, only I could only sound like Mickey Mouse. And I was like sexual harassment and all this other stuff. But it wasn't too far. I wasn't allowed to touch anybody. And this girl came in, and I'm sexually harassing her as Mickey Mouse, which was funny. And she started to, like, play back. Like she was into it. You know, why don't you show me those cans, huh? And so she started going, you really want to see him? Well, you'll get a raise. If you don't, you're fired. Oh, boy. And then she would start to raise her shirt and flip like, all right. You're not going to do that here. And I'm like, oh. So I could see where this thing could go haywire because they're like you start playing the game it's a parlor game. Everybody's drunk is essentially what it is. And they're willing to goof around. They're the most fun drunks ever. So except Ronnee. Ronnee just passes out.
Your Mickey Mouse thing was, that was the other thing that went haywire is a guy, the deal was he couldn't control his left hand. His left hand is going to constantly, and once it touches your shoulder, you react this way. So you don't want your left hand to go over there. So the left hand, he's battling it. The guy ends up taking his left hand and putting on this and starts beating it and bloodied his knuckle up.
Oh, Jesus. Flip's going to get sued. Well, this is good.
It was hilarious.
It was
It's definite must see if you haven't seen it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yours didn't have the shenanigans, I assume.
No, we had a little bit of shenanigans. He had one lady. He told the whole group up there that, well, hey, you guys are the only ones left in the room. Everybody else is gone, and you need to contact whoever you came with. So this one lady jumped on her phone and was chewing her husband's ass on the phone, like, "Where the F are you?" And this and that. And she's just screaming at this dude, and he's like, I'm right here. And he's like sitting, and they were front row too. He was right, literally 5 feet from her.
So
That's awesome.
there was one last thing. This girl, the girl that actually was asked to leave by her husband,
Right.
previous one of the little skits, she goes to Flip out of the blue. She goes, "I know where your dick tattoo is. I heard it from those old guys on the radio." and Flip's like, "What?" He's like, "I know about your dick tattoo. I heard it from those old guys on the radio." And he goes, "The old guys."
Yeah.
Oh, I see. He's talking about the old guys. And
Kick that squatch out of there.
Yeah.
No wonder that lady. Good. Now her boyfriend
That's probably
makes
what
sense.
triggered the husband.
Hey, you don't call those dudes names.
maybe he's protecting.
That's right. Maybe he was mad that she was going to start saying more stuff about us. He's protecting us. Either way, yeah, it's a good show I missed. Both of them sound great. Glad I couldn't be there. Yeah, I didn't do any of that. And then, yesterday I decided to do my yard guys had all sorts of problems with their vehicles on Thursday, so Al gives me a call and says, I'm going to miss Thursday, man. I'm going to come in. I'm like, all right, don't worry about it. Said, there's nothing really bad. Just come. The grass is just out of control. You miss a week. It's just insane. So I'm like, I'm going to do some work myself. And I went out yesterday just drinking Moscow mules and trimming palm trees. And next thing you know, I'm like, this is why we should have never even started that goddamn wall. I need those people.
Yep.
I am terrible at it. I'm the worst at cleanup. There's piles of palm fronds. I don't do it. I just leave it. I left it for them. They'll be here this Thursday. I made a mess. I swept it into a massive. I considered burning it. I thought, well, maybe a burn pile. I trimmed all these, the baby palms by the pool, and I'm proud of myself. I went in the back and I thinned out this giant elm tree. Like, God, I'm doing great work. And then I look down and I'm like, I've made a huge
Look at that mess.
What have I done? And I got all excited, so I trimmed all the trees in the front and the back. I'm like, idiot. So the next thing you know, I'm hunched over making this pile of branches. And I'm like, I'm not putting that anywhere. Somebody else cleaning this mess is a disaster. So Al, I'm like, hey, I left you a couple of things on Thursday.
Bring the trailer.
You might want to
bring an extra trailer.
Bring an extra guy or two. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot. You guys do good work. Thanks for everything. I'm going to give him a raise just to never do this again. And I had a thorn go directly in my vein.
Those things jab you so fast.
This was, I'm not kidding, 3-4 inches long and hooked. I don't know where it came from. It wasn't on a palm tree. And I didn't feel it go in, and I'm going, and I'm like, ah. I flex my hand, I'm like, And I look down, and I've got this thing sticking out of my hand like Wolverine. And I'm like, oh, cool.
Wolverine.
And I pulled it out, and it slid right out. And I realized it was a doctor couldn't have done better getting that straight into the vein. And it pulled out, and as I did it, it swells up, and I'm squeezing, making a fist. I could fire blood about
like Spidey,
nice. 7-8 feet, easy. Psst. Just like, huge shots of blood, just firing. I'm shooting them at the dogs. I'm standing out there until I couldn't do it anymore. And then it just started to trickle out. And this is the worst thing ever. Then my hand swelled up like somebody put a golf ball under it. And I'm like, what is going on? I don't feel any of this.
This is why you don't do your own
That's
yard
why
work.
I don't do it. White people are too fair-skinned to be out there doing that. Look, I almost died. You almost lost America's sweetheart. How do you feel now? People against immigration? Jerks.
And you're doing it gloveless.
Yeah, that part I was doing gloveless. Okay. I just had the trimmers. I mean, how bad could I go? Evidently bad enough to jam a 7-foot hook into my hand. So, and then Brett last night, we were going to go see Terror at is it called the Mason Jar?
No,
again?
Rebel Lounge.
It's Rebel Lounge.
Same thing. Yeah.
It's the same spot. They remodeled it. And I was all gung-ho about it. You asked me Saturday. I'm like, oh, yeah, let's do it. Forgot. Standing outside bleeding all over everything on Monday afternoon. He texted me in the middle of the day. So we're going tonight? And I'm like, oh, I'll rally. I can do this. No, sir.
Yeah, there was no rallying.
No, sir. Moscow Mules, the sun, bleeding out a little bit, trimming palm trees means no Terror at 10 o'clock on a Monday night. But it was good.
It was great. Great show.
Damn it.
Sold out.
Missed it. Yeah, I can't go anywhere right now. I've got an elderly dog that needs all the attention because she wanders. She knows where she is and all that, but she's unstable when she gets going, and I just don't want her to fall down steps or anything like that. So
that's why you have a wife.
I know.
She's supposed to
Well,
do
last
that kind of stuff.
night had nothing to do with the dog. Last night had absolutely nothing to do with it. The other days
zapped.
Were all last night was just
the other flake days.
The other flake days were like, well, I can't because the lady that's supposed to come watch her for a couple hours couldn't.
Yeah,
and then it just got. It's not easy. I'll do anything for that dog. I don't care. Screw you guys. If you're like, I won't be your friend anymore, I'm like, that's fine. She will for another few months, I guess. If we can keep our fingers crossed. I don't know how long it's going to last. She's old. It's killing me. It's just brutal. So that's the part of dog ownership. You start going, I'm going to spend every second with her. She is my fluff. She will always be that. The love of my life, I say, over all you idiots. Although it did sound like you had more fun than me.
I would say.
Yeah. While you guys are all laughing and having fun at shows, I watched Worth. I haven't, I said I haven't watched a movie in forever. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'll give this a try. Oh, good Lord.
I started watching the first couple episodes of that 9/11 doc as well.
Oh, fun. Fun week.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be a great week for the 20th anniversary is going to be tragedy porn. It's going to be on your TV non-stop. Oh, the NFL has already, they
already jump-started with that.
It's my day. It's my day.
Oh, it's your divorce
That's right. That's
decree.
Celebration Day. That's right. Me and Toledo.
I saw somebody post their anniversary that's also related to that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, clock's ticking.
That's right.
That's down to my divorce.
I have a friend who had 2 kids independently on 9/11. He's got two kids with the same birthday, both of them September 11th.
Wow.
Post 2001. Hilarious. Like one of them's like 19, the other one's going to be 13 or 12. How old's Kirby? Same age as
13.
13.
Yep.
It'll be 13. So, it's 9/11 day. And that's going to, I already saw the NFL coming back, obviously, this week, right? The NFL on Fox this Sunday. Michael Strahan talks to firefighters. Terry Bradshaw, I'm like, oh, no, it's opening weekend. No tragedy porn. We get it. It's going to be all day Saturday. It's going to be all week. I don't need Michael Strahan we get it. Football was there.
New footage.
Yeah, no new footage. It's the same. Nothing new's coming from this. Unless Michael Strahan unveils the actual conspiracy and it's real, then I don't need him talking to firefighters to say how happy or sad they were that we were all miserable. We get it. Football. That's why we go to sports. And then I turn over, flipping around. CBS is running some sport thing, so I'm watching that. NFL on CBS is back Sunday with Bill Cowher sits down with firefighters. I'm like, God damn it. The firefighters are busy doing other stuff. You know when the best time...
Cowher's not going to make it through that interview.
I'll tell you right now, it's very, very tough for me. Just get out there and do this thing with these firefighters. And just let you know, I talked to my wife, Queen V. Thanks for your service, even though none of you were actually there. The best time to attack America is when Fox and CBS are bothering our firefighters to do interviews 10 at a time. Stop it. This is a great week to attack us because firefighters are going to be interviewed like crazy. All of them are going to be like, what do you think of like planes going into buildings? We all hate it. We get it. There's nothing.
No one's in support of that.
The only people who like 9/11 are Brett and Toledo because both of them, you filed and you're closed, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. That was the day that she
told me.
So yeah,
both of them.
Oh,
yeah.
you both had it revealed. You both had you're the twin towers of divorce.
Oh, absolutely.
Got the text during the show. Hey, are you coming?
Shut up. She divorced you here? I didn't know that.
Well, she said, can you come home right after the show? We need to talk. And even right then, I was like, all right.
What were your plans after the show anyway? Of course you're going home. She didn't need to do that.
Might not have.
He might have dodged
that was that time where you'd go home and you'd see her car in the driveway.
Find things to do.
Find things to do.
But she was saying, that's it.
Yeah.
After the silly fart show, come home.
Came home, she's sitting on the couch and started sobbing right away and said, I don't think I can do this. And I'm like, all right. I'm good with that.
That sounds awesome.
Good with that.
I know I can't.
Good with that.
How about that? I didn't know that. You got
and
a
we
text.
just had a good weekend in Vegas.
I remember you telling me.
That's right after Eric's wedding.
That's right. We had fun up at the wedding, and she was really fun.
Yeah.
And she yelled at you on the way home.
No, and there was no yelling on the way home. We talked.
Oh, I thought on the way home.
Quiet.
She was out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I thought she got mad at you for being too nice with your friends. And
No. That was at Megan's birthday party. It
was a different one.
Yeah, at the melting pot.
Because we all had fun, and then she yelled at you for having fun.
Yep.
You got yelled at for having fun?
She was having fun at the dinner, too.
She didn't want Toledo to be fun.
She wanted me to have.
He took fun to the next level.
Well, when he starts having fun, she's like, this isn't the guy I know.
If he's having fun.
If he's having fun, how much fun is everyone else having? I mean, if you could drag him out of the muck.
On a scale, it's massive.
You never topped me on fun.
You had a weekend down in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
For the Labor Day.
It was
two lesbian couples.
Our other friend, Gay Anderson Cooper, and his wife.
Yeah.
And so it was the 8 of us down there.
Nice.
Great place, right on the beach. Walk out the patio, and the beach is
full
right
of people,
there.
though.
Full of people. The house next door to us was having a 50th birthday party for his wife.
Oh, nice.
So they hired a DJ. Like the beach was all lit up the first night.
It was clubbing.
The second day we're there, Corey and Becky's Suburban pops the water pump. So
they're
done.
Oh.
And we're like, all right, how does this work in a foreign country?
Yeah.
So through a process of kind of asking neighbors and housekeepers and everything, we find this guy that knows everything.
Oh, yeah.
Don Julio.
Don Julio.
Don Julio, I think that's his name, might not be right.
Comes in a 750 bottle.
He got deported from San Diego 13 years ago because he was running drugs across the border.
Classy.
So
Get me a water pump.
Exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. 24 hours later, car's fixed, water pump's done, everything's all right.
You mean to
Don
tell me
Julio got us 9 steps down the road.
in the 21st century, 21 years in, you need to smuggle in a water pump to
we
a
didn't
country?
smuggle it in, but we found it through a Facebook page. That
Unbelievable.
It might be tougher to find Napa around there.
Is it tough? Do they have Chevy dealerships?
There's no dealerships.
Oh, for Christ's sake. This country's worse than I thought.
There's an AutoZone.
Oh, there you go.
And so we got on a Facebook group.
AutoZone.
And they found this guy that was in Casa Grande that was coming down to Rocky Point. Guy goes to the AutoZone in Casa Grande, buys a water pump, brings it across the border, gives it to Don Julio. Don Julio fixes the car.
No kidding.
Or gets the car fixed.
Fantastic.
Somehow. Brings it back.
You got so much cocaine in that Suburban.
That's
it's
just- how many
ridiculous.
keys did you get
There's
across the
no
border?
way.
Don Julio drove the car away.
Yeah, those seats are.
That's the moment of
filled with-
truth. Here you go,
yeah,
Don Julio.
Guess what else? There's a tracker on it, and Corey's going to wake him and go, the truck's gone.
Yep.
Because he's stealing
Oh,
it
it
now.
was Breaking
that
Bad
thing
in
has
100 different
duct
ways.
tape with the words "in tow" on the back of it right now.
Yep.
Yeah, what a cesspool of a nation Mexico is. They don't even have a place you can get a water pump at a dealership.
No, there's no dealers.
on.
There's one AutoZone, and they would have had to order it, and it would have taken days.
Then
They'd
it's
still
not an
get it
AutoZone.
done. They'd still be
before.
down there.
Please.
They'd still be down there.
Dump. All of it. Hey, by
But
the way.
I figured to fix a water pump of all the places. I mean, they're putting names on grains of rice.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
carving wood marlins.
The people are handy.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Their nation
I didn't
sucks.
get a picture of it. We had a 8-foot wooden marlin in our house.
Fantastic. I'd have stolen that.
It was
Put it in the bitch
really
barn.
Yeah,
nice.
I put it in the back of your cocaine-filled Suburban. What a mess. Yeah, disaster.
And I know you think it was just the sound of dogs lapping water all weekend, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was great.
It is that which you didn't hear any of the lesbians in bed?
No.
Flock of lips.
They vapor locked again.
Brady.
Lisa, they vapor locked. You guys get that shoehorn some Crisco. We're vapor locked. And then Medea looked over at the
Meet Don
pictures
Julio.
and asked, Toledo went with his ex-wife? Like, no, these are other lesbians.
I'm well known in the lesbian
I was like, are you
community.
kidding me?
Medea's like, so, Toledo travels with the ex-wife and her new...
Oh, God.
And Lisa's okay with that? I'm like, no, it's not
No.
the same lesbians.
No, those are different lesbians. He's big in the community.
He's a
Better
diva.
class of lesbian.
Well, good for you. Congratulate. All three of you had wonderful times this weekend. Man, oh, man. Yeah, I don't... There's going to be a rough week for everybody. First off, a lot of marriages are going to break up again on September 11th because starting Thursday, your husband's going to start doing stuff with the money.
That's right. Join us.
Yeah, you join us. We'll do it. I'm responsible. I know.
Big fan of divorce still
Yep.
to this day.
I know how to gamble responsibly, but starting on Thursday, the rest of the state, you're going to lose a lot of money.
You might want to start limitations on the cards right now.
You might want to have a chat with your husband this week. Like today, text him like Toledo's ex did and say, when you're done with work, we need to come home and talk because I know you're going to have all the apps. You're going to FanDuel all of our money away here this week. Be careful because it's exciting. Every guy I talk to is like, I cannot wait for
I've
this
had people-
prop bet stuff. And I'm like, oh,
people
boy.
going, have you seen the spreads?
Oh,
Wait till Thursday.
everybody's eyeballing their bets. I talked to three guys this week. I got like 8 bets. I'm lined up, man.
I got 9 parlays.
So
going.
excited for
and
this.
and all I keep saying is it's going to be now. Just be good.
It'd be a big rant.
I got a budget for it. I'm like, oh man, already? You're not even going to dabble with the idea that maybe you're no good at it. But it's going to be fun this Thursday. Legalized gambling starts, and you should see the sports book at the Cardinals facility. You should see the one at the Suns place. Wait till that gets opened up. But they have this, and then that big building next to Bank One Ballpark, Chase Field, whatever they call it now, is now a casino.
Formerly
Starting
Sliders,
Thursday.
formerly Leinenkugel,
Home plate,
Leine's
Lounge,
Yeah,
home plate.
whatever.
So that's just a sports book now?
Yeah,
the
that's
whole
just gonna have
sports
big
restaurant bar
boards
thing's
up
gone?
there?
Evidently, no. From what I was told when I was given the tour, it's a sports book plus they have casino games. Not all of them, but some.
Some.
And I'm like, how's about that? So they're turning that whole thing into a. I don't know if that's going to happen right away or if that's down the road, but that's the plan.
Colangelo's back.
Pretty much.
Bringing
and the
it.
Diamondbacks and the sports teams. This is the big bugaboo about it with the Indians and Vegas and stuff. The teams are in charge of this. Like if it's on their facility, it's theirs. So it's a revenue stream, and it's going to be a massive one. So you see teams like the Diamondbacks saying, we're broke, or they're just not using it for their players. That team's terrible. I watched the little Diamondbacks. 44 games out of first place. They're 30 games.
It's embarrassing.
Out of fourth place.
It's literally embarrassing that that's a major league team.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's awful. So,
Most of them are saying 3 more weeks.
oh,
3 more weeks.
these guys are done.
Am I a free agent after this?
Yeah, good God, get me out of this hot box. But, so, I mean, bottom line is it's going to be more fun to go to games like that. It'll make 43 games out of first place more fun because they're an easy bet. So you get some long shots out there. You can blow the family fortune pretty fast. And I highly recommend you give it a run. And then gamble responsibly.
45-93 they are.
And the Dodgers have like 89 wins, right?
87. And
okay.
Yeah, San Francisco's 88.
Almost doubled them.
Right.
Like in 2 games, it'll be a full-out doubling of their wins.
Trip sweating.
Yeah, well, no, he's feeling all right. Giants and Dodgers are coming down to it. Dodgers caught him. That's a fun race outside of one team. Whoever gets the Diamondbacks last wins the division.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's how it's going to go. Whoever's playing that garbage
My
squad.
Mariners were able to leapfrog for a day because they swept the
they're in
D-backs.
Of course they did.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Brady and I
are playing them again this weekend.
Al, my yard guy, and 3 neighbors just beat the Diamondbacks 7-1 this week. We didn't even have a pitcher.
How'd they throw that no-hitter?
It's embarrassing. They didn't. It was 7 innings. That's how. No, they had that other kid, that kid from Gilbert.
Mad Bum threw
It's
one,
the
right?
Rockies and D-backs for the last couple games of the season. So, I mean, that's just talk about a murder fest.
Is that here?
Yeah.
Oh, season ticket fans were so. You get your money back.
Series.
You should get, if your team is more than 40 games out of first place in September, every game is free. How dare you charge
both games
me?
that far out? Or both teams are out?
They're close, but they're not that. They're not as bad.
How dare you charge me? How dare you even play like you take no money for September? And I'm all for doing what soccer does.
Yeah. I was just going to say relegation would be great.
Drop them out and bring up 3 good minor league teams or something. I don't know how it works, but change this system because the Orioles,
the Iowa team?
The Orioles are worse. The Diamondbacks aren't even the worst team in
game.
baseball. They're horrible.
Do every AAA in between inning skit out there. Just turn it into a show.
Just stop the baseball. To put on a dance. Show me Book of Mormon. I'd rather
get Morgana out there.
Get something
if she's
good.
Still around. I don't know.
Even if she isn't, drag her bones out. See if her silicone can tape up to the ribs. Because I'd rather watch Morgana's bones. I'd rather, you know what? Just have Old Timers Day and have Nolan Ryan throw a few innings. I don't care at all to see that team, and I know no one else does.
It's going to come down to it, though, because San Francisco has them the series right before that.
The Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
And then
so
the
they're
Dodgers,
going to 3 right there.
Who do the Dodgers finish with? If they finish with each other, that's great.
Let's see here.
Because whoever plays the Diamondbacks last is going to win it.
Oh, yeah.
The Dodgers probably have them before. So if it might balance out, though, if they each have the same amount of games.
Let's see, Dodgers.
The Diamondbacks are going to determine who wins the NL West. And
Dodgers are playing the Brewers, and Brewers are...
They're doomed. That's a good... but they may both be resting.
It's true. The Brewers...
It's true. Dodgers can't, actually.
Have it in the bag.
No, because they
got to play.
Giants,
They can't. Brewers might be able to.
Brewers can.
But somebody will be getting the wild card out of the West. It doesn't...
Man, oh, man. Anyway. Yeah, and it's all... Yeah, oh, absolutely. They're the 2 best teams in the National League. Diamondbacks, worst thing I've ever watched. I watched some of it, and I don't blame them. None of those guys care at all. They're just thinking about the butt play they're going to be doing later, because that's what baseball. I don't know if you know that about baseball players. Ask Gracie. For some reason, all baseball players like a little finger in the. They love that. Talk to any baseball wife or girlfriend.
Something's weird about him. I love butt play.
Like everyone I've ever. Strange. My ex-wife with Jeff Jenkins, and this huge hog whipped out in the middle of the thing. He was talking about
it, and it doesn't differ. It's even with the younger generation.
Probably more so.
Yeah,
because they're brought up by the older generation, and they're already coming into it.
They've added digits.
Butts are in play. Yeah, butts are in play for people under the age of 40, Brady. For boy butts, too. And it's been a quiet secret for men for years that that area is something you play with. But what are you going to do? Anyway, welcome back.
Oh, my God, guys, I thought it was just me. I have 9 games circled already this weekend.
Oh, no, you're not alone.
I've gotten...
I talked to 2 people who are like, are you doing the fan duel? Like, okay, calm down. I can see it in your eyes that something's not right. So you're not home. There's 2 little dollar signs. They're kind of rotted. I got plans, okay. Because it's you know what? You can make some dough, and it's fun. But you have to be about it. You really do. Because it can be overwhelmingly fun, and it's real money. When I was in Australia, I was gambling. They gamble like crazy in Australia. You get their money, it's pink and yellow. It's Monopoly. Next thing you know, I'm like, where'd all my fun money go? Where's all the fun, silly, oh, God damn it, that's real money here, isn't it? I'm not getting that back. This isn't a game. It's the same with this because it's on your phone. There's no like real money transaction. You don't really realize. So you got to be super smart about it. It's going to be a blast. I love that it's here for us responsible folk that know better. But the chasers are out there. Man, oh, man. Especially if you taste it the first weekend. You get a nice little bump, a few $100 in your pocket. Next thing you know,
It's just easier than...
Here's a free bet,
You're a
friend.
genius, yeah. I think I could do this for a living, said the dumb gambler. I think I could do this for money, for real. Okay. Well, I don't want to pay your kids college, but somebody's going to have to because you're not going to do it. So be careful.
Sportsbook and poker, I'm good.
Yeah, the Native American tribes started the last-ditch effort to get this thing done. You can't have it. Don't do it. Please, God, we've seen the tragedy. Quiet down over there in court. So it's happening Thursday. Very excited. And, of course, 9/11 is 4 days away. And people have to stop saying that. Saturday's the anniversary of 9/11. Yeah. There's been thousands of 9/11s. It's the anniversary of a terror attack. That's all. 9/11 for you means something different.
Yeah, 9/11 2015. Amazing day.
Yeah. My 9/11/01, very close to being a great day. She dodged it. She's still wandering around somewhere. Damn it. So close. All
So
that.
in a way, three divorces
that
tied
was,
in.
Yeah. Well,
In a way.
9/11 was good for all of us.
In a way.
The watching that Worth movie with Michael Keaton, and it basically comes down
So is
to
it the...
so the government gives them a pile of money to say, get these people to not sue the airlines because it'll bankrupt the economy.
Yeah.
Because we're talking $20 million per person minimums.
So it is all the victims, not
Not all the victims.
Okay.
It's basically
Or
the
not
sewers, the suey types, the
Okay.
ones who are like, we know that they can go after our airline industry, a couple other things that we know. It's not coming after the government, but it would cripple the economy.
settle.
Yeah, we find an insurance settlement based on future earnings. Well, basically, they're saying a CEO is going to get $750,000 a month for a while, and the janitor's going to get $20,000. And they're like, well, why is their life worth more than my family's life? So it's these people saying it's a formula, it's not a thing, having to come to grips with the humanity of it all. And I started to think that had I gotten luckier on 9/11, my domestic partnership would have been a little bit of a fight, but there'd have been a few $100,000 in that for me.
Oh, man.
Along with all that sympathy poon, I'd still be... But no, somebody had to run.
John, I'm being preemptive with my brother. I'm nipping this before it happens. He already gambles way too much. Just told him last week, you're not living in my house when this all goes to crap.
I told you, I was at that bar that time, and the guy couldn't pay because he wasn't allowed to have credit cards. And the bartender's like, well, what do you want me to do? He goes, I have to use my app, my phone. It's monitored. And she goes, why? And he goes, I have a gambling problem. I'm not allowed credit cards or cash. So everything he did, but he's sitting there drinking, and he's like, he puts his phone up to the thing. She's like, we have the Apple Pay, I guess. We'll figure out how to work it.
Can you imagine those OTB guys that we saw at Gilligan's
I'm
or whatever
imagine-
it was up here?
Oh, the riffraff's going to go nuts. The riffraff's in charge for a
Just
while.
that night. That guy had a $2 bet, Brett, and he was
gonna-
going off.
We actually said, drink your drinks. Let's go. We're getting stabbed. This guy's going to go on a stabbing rampage in here.
We should go out after the show on Thursday.
Yes.
Just
We'll go over to
watch
Brenda's
all these
Inferno.
guys. All right.
Because Brenda's Inferno is a nice place, and riffraff is pushed off into the side for the OTB, but I can only imagine.
All right, let's do that.
It's OTB at home. Oh, it's going to be nuts. But I'm excited for it because I'm a
It's been a while, but just last week, Art Schleister got out.
That's right.
Jail, and now
Ohio
this
State's
opens back up.
gambling
It'll be
man.
interesting.
The Ohio State legend. The last quarterback you've ever heard of from Ohio State. The one that actually did
posted
something.
some numbers.
He did something. He earned his keep. You know, all of them, Ohio State quarterbacks, are criminals because they come out and steal checks from the NFL for 3 years and do nothing.
Yeah.
At least Schleister went out and did something.
Thanks for wrecking
Maybe
my
Brett-
season.
that's
already.
right.
Oh,
Maybe
you're
Brett's
done.
boy will
Thanks.
turn it around.
No, stop with the Ohio State quarterback. This is the one. It's not a thing.
He's got the red rifle
It's
to learn
not a
from.
thing.
He's good.
Exactly.
He's good.
Expect minimal returns and a lot of interceptions in crucial moments, and especially fumbles. That's what the red riffle does. Oh, he's the most athletic quarterback to ever come out. Okay, enough. He had 6 professional offensive linemen in front of him in college, like all other Ohio State quarterbacks. Stop being fooled by them. They do nothing. See, same thing. Carson Palmer's the only one that did anything, and he didn't get a championship. He was just surprisingly better than most. USC quarterbacks, Ohio State quarterbacks, never trust them. Unless it's gambling. Art's going to get you some dough.
Twice, right? Didn't he do it?
If not, he'll get your dough.
I saw him on Dr. Phil. He fleeced some lady out of hundreds of thousands of
Fleeced
dollars
his
so he
family,
could
his
keep
mom
gambling.
and dad,
It was
ran,
great.
and then the older lady.
Right. And he's the least corrupt Ohio State quarterback because the rest of them go in there and sign a contract and say, sure, I'll be your quarterback. And then they go out there and act like they've never touched a football in their lives, like they're throwing bricks of Velveeta around the field. They have no clue what they're doing. Poorly coached, stupid, have no idea the concept of a pro offense. Never try. Enjoy your season this year.
When's
Brett.
hockey start?
The Bears are all excited. No, I saw some poor guy bought his son a Justin Fields jersey already. I'm like, there you go. There's a collector's item. I got a Senquez Golden Steelers shirt. I've done that before. I've bought one way too early.
Who?
Yeah, exactly. It was a cornerback that was flashing for 2 years, and I'm like, this is our guy, and they're going to start him. He broke his knee so badly he never walked again. And I'm like, I bought your jersey. I got a lot of them. Now I'm buying old ones.
How happy is Pete Rose about Thursday, John?
Oh, finally. Take that, Giamatti. Let's get a wake-up song on a Tuesday. We've got a short week. This one will blow by. Easy peasy. Give us a wake-up song. We got money for you at 7 o'clock. We're going to give you a chance to win some cash. We'll give you a word in about 40 minutes and tell you how you guys can walk out of here with $1,000. In the meantime, wake-up song, 585-9800, and we scream it together. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
98.
This is bad. Bad, bad, bad.
That's a joke, right? You're joking?
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.